So welcome back, guys, to We Talk Boxing. And this video I'm going to be talking about the fight which is taking place this weekend between Jack Catterall and Harlem Eubank. Now, before I get deep into the video and give you my thoughts in regards to who I believe is going to win this fight, etc. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, help us build this channel. And if you have subscribed, thank you. So, for those that don't know both boxers, I will go into a little bit in terms of their records and maybe their last previous opponent in a second. But this fight is going to be taking place in Manchester. And the card itself is a pretty decent card. It's got a few decent names on there and maybe up-and-coming names that a few people will hear of in the near future as big fighters as well in terms of the UK. But yeah, a decent card, and it's going to be live streamed on DAZN. So if you haven't got that subscription, go out and get your subscription, or if not, then watch it however you normally watch your boxing. So anyhow, some of the decent fights or fighters that I'm going to be watching out for on this card. We've got a debutant on this card as well. His name is Leo Atang. Now, this guy is been pulling up trees in terms of the amateur background circuit sort of thing, and I think he's signed with Eddie Hearn. I'm sure it's Eddie Hearn. Don't quote me on that, by the way. But yeah, he's meant to be a very, very good prospect, and quite a few people are singing his praise at the minute. So for me personally, it'd be good to see what this guy has to offer the pro game, because it is his debutant fight, sorry. So hopefully we can maybe see what type of style he is. But the guy that he's taking on, I've never heard, but again, he's more of a journeyman. He's got a record of 7 wins and 15 losses. So journeyman, but that's what it is when it's your debut. But hopefully he could look good, and maybe he could, I could probably sit there and be like, yeah, maybe he's got something to offer the heavyweight scene. But he is a heavyweight, and we know that we've got some really good young heavyweights in this country. So if he performs well, then maybe his name could be probably added to the list. Now we also have Sky Nichols, a female boxer. She is fighting a Carla Campo Gonzalez. Never heard of her, but it's 8-2s. And yeah, Sky Nicholson's a decent fighter, and it's always good to watch her fight as well. Good skills, and she's again very good fighter within female boxing as well. And we also have Pat Brown, and again he is a cruiserweight, a very big cruiserweight, and he's had 2 fights, won both by stoppage. And this would be his 3rd fight, and he only fought a couple of weeks ago, and I watched it. Tremendous knockout. Can't remember the guy's name he's fought. I'm just going to go on BoxRec now. Just give me a second. Yeah, internet's a little bit slow, and it's proper roasting today, by the way, in the UK. And anyway, he fought a Ivan Dudak. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And he knocked him out, in 2 rounds. But I did watch that fight, and yeah, it was a tremendous performance from Pat Brown, and he looks very, very good at this stage in his career, but he should do, because he's pretty much fighting nobodies. But this guy that he's fighting now, Lewis Oakford, his record currently of 6 wins and 2 losses, he looked half decent, I should say, against Alois Yumbi, who is another cruiserweight as well. Good prospect, Alois Yumbi, as well, in that division. So and Lewis Oakford did okay against him, but I am putting my money on Pat Brown coming through this. It will be a bit of a sterner test compared to his last opponent, but he is a prospect. And the thing with Pat Brown, when you look at his physicality dimensions, he looks like a boxer that potentially could move up as well to that heavyweight scene. But he's only still, I could call him a novice actually, because he's only had 2 fights, so he's inexperienced in the game, in the pro game. So hopefully he could, run through that division, maybe win a world title or 2 or whatever, and then move up as well, similar to other fighters like Riatpour and Lawrence Okolie. I forgot his name then. We've got Akib Fiaz as well, record 13-1. He's on the card as well, fighting against an Alex Murphy. Don't know who that guy is, but similar record, 13-1. And then we've got the return, I believe it's the return, I'm just on BoxRec now, of Joe Cordina. Now his record, Cordina, now is 17-1, so he's sustained that one loss in his last bout out, May, which was May 2024. So over a year ago. So 14 months to be precise, where he got stopped against Anthony Kakachi. So this is his actual first fight back as well, and it's for a WBO Global Light Belt. So yeah, it'd be good to see Cordina back in the ring. He did have that fight which was meant to go ahead against Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson got injured and then he just was nowhere to be seen after that. So it'd be good to see Cordina back. Cordina is a very good boxer. And it'd be good to hopefully see him have a few fights this year and maybe next year be in contention again for bigger fights or world title fights as well. But anyhow, we're here now going to be talking about the main event on Saturday night between Jack Catterall and Harlem Eubank. Now, this is a little bit of a weird matchup, I want to say straight off, because Jack Catterall was a 140, now he's moving up to 147. Harlem also was a 140 not long ago, but obviously he's had a couple of fights now at welterweight. So this fight for both of them is for an IBF Intercontinental welterweight belt. Yeah, and the reason why I say it's weird is because you wouldn't really put both of these names together. No disrespect to either of guys, and because the reason why I say that is because Jack Catterall's been there at 140 and fought against the best names at 140, whereas Harlem Eubank hasn't done that, and is still earning and learning his stripes in the pro game, I should say, and trying to establish himself as a very good fighter and potentially the best Eubank, really. Let's be honest. And he's not, but I'm trying to say he's trying to establish himself. Now, both guys are at different paths in their career. Now, the reason why I say that is because with Harlem Eubank, this is a no-win-win type of situation. If he wins, bonus, gains a lot of credibility. He can move on with his career, entice bigger names into fights, get paid a lot more for fights as well, and hopefully maybe try and fight for a world title, because he's beat a very good name in boxing, even though he's moving up a weight division in terms of Jack Catterall. But if he loses, then again it's a no-win-win situation, because he can say, well, I took on one of the best 140 pounders and he was better than me, like far better than me. So can't really say much and just continue to try and learn from your mistakes and progress in terms of your career. And it would be his first loss as well, so it won't be like the end of his career, because his current boxing record is 21 wins with 9 KOs to his name, no losses, and he is 31 years of age, so he's not overly old, but he can rebuild and he can come back. Whereas Jack Catterall, on the other hand, 30 wins and 2 losses to his name, and 1 loss obviously to Josh Taylor, where, let's be honest, he should have won that first fight. And then in his last bout out against Arnold Barboza Jr., that was in February this year, he lost on a split decision. Probably should have been a unanimous, if I'm going to be honest, but he lost split decision. And he just didn't look right. He looked gun shy, looked hesitant, didn't seem like, it seemed like something was going on in the background, but obviously he came out and said nothing. But yeah, very disappointing loss, because Barboza then lost his next fight, which was, when was his last fight actually? It was May, sorry, it was against Teofimo, and he got schooled. He absolutely got schooled against Teofimo Lopez, and I'm not saying that Jack Catterall would have done much better, but he got schooled against Teofimo Lopez. So yeah, it goes to show levels in the game. But yeah, in terms of Jack Catterall, I'm guessing maybe the reason why he probably didn't look so good in his last fight, because maybe he was struggling for the weight, even though he made it. And maybe now he kind of thinks, that extra £7 is going to make a difference in terms of not struggling to make the weight, and you know what I mean, he can focus on his boxing, etc. Who knows really? But my predictions for this fight, I believe it will go the distance, and I'm going to say Jack Catterall, but I think it will be a split decision victory for Jack Catterall. I think Harlem Eubank will ask him some questions, and is definitely going to make him win. Sorry, win. He's definitely going to make him work for this victory on Saturday night, because Harlem Eubank's no mug. He will leave it all in the ring. He might not be as skilled as Jack Catterall, but you know, I mean, he is determined, and he's going to have his uncle in his corner as well. Maybe Chris Eubank Jr. there as well, supporting him. So yeah, I think it will be a good fight. But I think overall, Jack Catterall will probably just about do enough to win. But future fights could be exciting because if you look at Josh Taylor, for example, Josh Taylor moved up to welterweight as well not long ago, and he lost his welterweight debut fight, I should say, against Echo Westerman. So if Jack Catterall could win this fight, then maybe he could try and entice someone like Echo Westerman into a fight before trying to go for a world title. Because if he beats Echo Westerman, then that's just kind of shitting on Josh Taylor again, because he's trying to say, look, technically I beat you in those 2 fights, even though I got 1 win in the 2 fights, and I beat the guy that beat you in welterweight as well. I am better than you, so maybe you could try and rub that in his face. But these are my thoughts. I'm going to go with Jack Catterall in this fight. But I believe it will be a decent fight to watch, a very good competitive fight. But styles will probably clash at times. But these are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you believe is going to win this fight on the weekend? Are you going to go with, like me, Jack Catterall, or do you believe Harlem Eubank is going to win it? And how? KO, stoppage, or points? But as always, guys, please subscribe and comment. Let's help build this channel even more. And if you want, let me know what you would like to hear for future videos as well. As always, bless.